This is Ospreyeye from MyChartCoach.com, and we're going to take a look at some of the stocks in the marijuana sector that are in play right now. First, let's take a look at CARA. Okay, this is a big board play, and this is the weekly chart. This is the last weekly chart that we made, and I want to show you this here because what we were looking for was a weekly close above this November high close here back in November 2016. And if you notice here, this week's candle is breaking above that level. So a close above 12 is going to be the signal that this wants to head higher. What we want to, this candle here is busting through the upper Bollinger Band. And so it's going to need to break through 14 resistance, but if it can, it looks like it'll be able to head back up to 17. As you can see, the top of the channel is way up here at 20, and it looks like it's working its way back up to these higher levels. So this chart is looking really strong. Keep an eye on it. If it continues this uptrend, continues right at EMA's 4 and 8 support higher, then the uptrend should continue. Sometimes the candles have to work back into the bands, but as you notice here, EMA's 4 and 8 support have been holding on the ride up. So there's really good volume behind this. Fasto is at 97 now, so there's not a lot of juice in the tank, and RSI is at 69. But we'll see here, just keep riding the uptrend. Ride that wave higher. Let's look at MYHI. Okay, this is a stock that has been on an incredible run. This again is a weekly chart, and this is a chart that we made before. I've posted this before, and would like to show you here what's going on. As you can see here, it was trading at one point down here at a penny or below a penny, and then now it's all the way up here testing the 80s and the 90s. This has been an incredible run. Now it's hitting this key resistance zone from back here in 2014. You can see that the September high close here right now, we're right at that level. And so what we were looking for last week was a break above the 200 week moving average, and there was a close above that, and now it's following through even more. I mean, this thing has just been a monster, and now it's pushing higher, and the next target is Dollarland. So the big Dollarland will be the next target for next week, so keep an eye on that. Many times when stocks break a dollar, they really get moving. So we'll have to see. It could run right up here to $2 where this next big resistance level is. We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, there could be a breakout higher. If it fails to break a dollar, you could see a pause. If you notice here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white candles in a row. I mean, I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, are we going to see another white candle next week? Is it's going to keep pushing higher? And it keeps pushing higher. It's amazing. This is what the marijuana sector stocks can do, that have the potential to do. As you can see back here in 2014, this hit as high as $15. So the sky's the limit with some of these plays. What we do is we just follow the charts. As long as the chart is bullish, continue riding. Just keep riding. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. All right. Sometimes people overthink the trade too much. Follow the charts. They lead to the pot of gold. Here's another golden play, MCIG. Okay, this is an old school ticker. This is another chart that we've posted before, and I'm showing you it again because here we go, right back here at the key resistance level. Notice this inverted hammer here. This is a shooting star. Notice there's multiple white candles. Then you get the inverted hammer. Looks like there was also bearish 3 gaps ups had formed that day. This red candle, confirmed the pattern, and then it traded sideways here. And notice though it held EMA 4 support, very strong, bounced off of EMA 13 on this day and EMA 8, but this is still just a super strong chart. Sometimes when they get ahead of themselves like this, a close above the upper Bollinger Band, the candles just have to work their way in. You just have to have some patience and just wait for the ideal time. Or if you're a swing trader and you're looking at this as a more long-term play, if the candles aren't forming below the middle Bollinger Band, just keep riding. Some of these plays you're going to be able to hold on for a longer term if the marijuana sector goes from the current $5 billion a year sector to the estimated 22 billion in the next 4 years. We're talking about explosive growth. That explosive growth is going to show up in these penny stocks. They are going to reflect the explosive growth of the sector. So, get in early on some of these, and you're going to be like the guy that said, oh yeah, I bought Apple when it first started. I mean, that's going to happen here. People are going to have these stories. Not saying that any of these plays are the next Apple. I'm just saying that that you looked at that the MYHI chart, and you can see that, you know, going from a penny to a dollar, you know, you're looking at 100 times your money. So yeah, these are just things to think about. All right, so yeah, so what we want to see is we want to see this break above 40. If it breaks above 40, it could really get moving. 50 would be the next target. So fail to break 40 and the sideways trend could continue. So a close above 40 tomorrow is going to be our green light. Notice there's light volume. What we want to see is we want to see a volume spike and a push through 40. So yeah, we're thinking this uptrend continues. The nice thing here is Fasto reset. It's in the bull zone. And look at our RSI has pushed above 70. So it just broke 70. So this, you know, this big run here, it was above 70 the whole time. So yeah, we're thinking this is going to have a good potential to head higher. Now let's look at CBIS. This is another stock that's in play, and once again, it's hitting the key resistance level. Notice RSI and Fasto were overbought. They corrected. Now they're both back in the bull zone. And so what's happening here? This is a stock that you know, we've been following for years, and here it is. We posted that on this day here last Friday that it was getting frothy with the move above the upper Bollinger Band and with the upper wick, and so it looked like it was getting ahead of itself. And also we posted that it had the bearish three gap ups reversal pattern had formed, and so we were looking for a pullback, and the pullback happened. And then when the pullback happened, excuse me, we are looking for a bounce off of this middle Bollinger Band. And this played out textbook perfect. You know, we called the peak here, and then we called the bounce, and then it bounced really hard. I mean, we alerted this in the chat that day that, oh yeah, it's hitting the middle Bollinger Band support. This is the reload zone, and then it just crept up, and then by the end of the day, it was all the way up here, and then now today we have follow through. So it's right here at the 12 resistance zone. If it can break above 12 and close above that level, that's going to be our signal that it's pushing higher, and that's going to take 14 on deck. Look at the huge volume. Follow the money. You know, there's big money behind this play right now. So the key is to keep riding if the middle Bollinger Band holds. Notice there was a bullish crossover on Fasto. So yeah, so we're looking for a possible push higher. Keep an eye on PSAR there at 13.6. It could have a bullish flip. Okay, another one to look at is TRTC. This is another old school ticker. Fasto or RSI is now in the 50 to 70 bull zone. And then you have Fasto down here just broke 20, and it had a bullish crossover, and then you can see a bullish crossover here on ADX. The green line crossed the red line to the upside. Okay, the reason why I'm showing you this chart is for the setup right here with this move above the 50-day simple moving average. So notice the candles were below. They bounced here off of the 300. Notice the 300 was support here where it launched off of, and then it's been failing to break this 50-day simple moving average. Notice how the 50-day simple moving average and the 300-day moving average has created this descending triangle. Notice how the descending resistance and horizontal support, and now there's a break today above the resistance line, which is the 50-day simple moving average, and then it needs to get above this high close right here on the let's see what day this is, right here on the 17th. And so if it can break above 34, then up here at 36, 37 is going to be the target. You know, we've just been waiting for this, you know, watching and watching. You know, they've, you know, had some recent news recently that sparked our attention. And so we've been waiting for this chart to break out. You know, maybe this close above the 50-day and the middle Bollinger Band could be the trigger. Once again, look for a bullish volume spike. If there's a break below the 300-day simple moving average, it'll be a risk to hold. Okay, so let's look at GBLX. This is another one that has made a really nice move today. As you can see, it's currently overbought on RSI, and Fasto is hitting the overbought power zone. Look at the parabolic move on plus DI, shooting straight up. This was a big move on big volume. Look at the volume down here. What happened was there was this close yesterday above the 50-day simple moving average. Remember what I just said about TRTC? You know, so there was a close today on TRTC above this 50-day simple moving average, the green line, and then look at the move that followed today. For you know, this happened for GBLX here. It closed above the same level level that TRTC closed above today, and then look at the bullish move that followed. So not saying that TRTC will definitely have that, but turning the 50-day moving average into support it is the catalyst many times for a spring to move higher. And so now with GBLX, it needs to break this 44 resistance zone, and if it can get above that, it could possibly run back up here into the 50s. What we like about this is there's a PSAR bull flip. There's good volume behind the move. There was loading before the run, and there's an uptrend going. Notice how it broke above the middle Bollinger Band here on December 27th, and that level has held. It turned these key moving averages into support, and now it's clear. If you look back here at the moving averages, you will see that it's above all the moving averages right now. So yeah, so there's no resistance except for these horizontal resistance levels. So keep an eye on this. We're thinking GBLX could continue this uptrend and head back to those 50 and 60 levels. And then here's another one, DIGP, that I'm going to finish this up with, except for there's one more after this. And DIGP here was another stock that we were had on our radar. And this is a chart that we had made previously, and we were looking for a break above 24 and a break above 27 to see if this could push higher. This caught our attention down here when it broke above these moving averages, and we just been, it has this sideways channel. This is not a pretty chart. What caught our attention, all right, was this volume bar and this move right here. So you have the volume bar and then the move above the moving averages, and we're like, okay, yeah, this is like making our radar. We're going to take a look and see what happens here. It kind of paused a little bit, but there was more volume, and now look, it's pushing higher. Always follow the volume. This giant volume spike, I mean, I alerted everyone to this in the chat, and everybody got the heads up on it. I'm not sure how many people actually played this, but the bottom line is you follow the volume that leads to the pot of gold. Now you're looking at much higher prices, and it could break out higher. If it can get above 27, this could run up to 30, and what we like here is the uptrend, and we're looking for this uptrend to continue. Okay, and then finally, let's look at BUDZ. Okay, this is what we do too is we cover a lot of plays that don't show up on stockcharts.com, and we use this stock scores link to show charts to each other in the chat, and because they cover most of the OTC stocks, and this is one that we were following as it made this giant move. Look, from down here, it just kept going. This was an insane runner as well, and then it pulled back, retraced, and then now it bounced again. So keep an eye on it. It could push higher. This is just a good example of what these stocks can do. Okay, thanks for taking a look at these marijuana sector stocks. If you like this video and like to learn more, check us out at mychartcoach.com and our YouTube channel at mychartcoach.com. Thank you.